Well, as awkward and frankly annoying as it is to find warmth and comfort inside the hockey arena instead of outside of it, nonetheless, we're happy to be with you again here from Compton Family Ice Arena on the campus of the University of Notre Dame for the second game in the two-game stint between the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame and the Buckeyes of Ohio State. My name is Brendan Mato alongside Ethan Laslo and Ryan Murphy. Happy to be with you, as I said, tonight for some more college hockey. Ohio State took game number one last night, 4-2. It was a frustrating final 2 minutes for the Fighting Irish. Guys, what did you see last night? Kind of general takeaways from last night.
Well, thanks, Brendan. We're happy to be back here for our second night of the weekend, and here on YouTube, a little bit of a different medium for us, so we're still working out the kinks a little bit, but no, happy to be here. And, you know, it's just another frustrating game. That's what Brock Sheehan said. I think he said the word frustrating about 3 or 4 times in that post-game press conference,
yeah,
Ethan.
For sure.
And it's hard not to have that be the takeaway for Notre Dame. It seems at this point that they're sort of finding ways to lose. They played so well in the beginning of that third period, and then they sort of get into penalty trouble again. And when we asked him, Coach Sheehan, that is, what the story of the game really was, you know, he couldn't really hit on any of those, any one thing. Discipline was a part of it, sure, but you know the Irish had their typical defensive lapses that we've seen all season. So it's a difficult one to put a finger on. It still is, and last night didn't really get us any closer to any answers, Ethan.
Yeah, it definitely didn't. You know, Murph, you talked about the defensive struggles, but in general, you know, you mentioned the post-game press conference with Coach Sheehan. It just seemed like, I know, Murph, you've been to a lot more of them than I have, but you mentioned that it just sounds like a broken record, him saying that we're out-chancing people and that we've got the chances, but they're just not taking advantage. They need to start taking advantage, to put it bluntly. If the Irish can't take advantage of the chances that they're creating, they're not going to get another win anytime soon. I mean, I hate to be a downer, but sometimes you have to be realistic.
Yeah, the Irish shot well even pretty much with the Buckeyes. It ended in the mid-30s for both teams, but nonetheless unable to capitalize on those opportunities. Folks, tonight there's a bit of a few differences. It's going to be the same teams, but it's going to be a different look from both teams. Ethan, we'll start with you. Ohio State using the freshman Hillebrand last night in the goal. There's going to be a new face between the posts tonight.
Yeah, tonight the Buckeyes starting junior Christopher Eberle in goal. He started the bulk of the games this season for the Buckeyes. Prior to last night, well, going into last night, he had started 16 games to Hillebrand's 4. It was his 5th last night. Now, after Hillebrand's incredible stint, frankly, you know, he led them to a win over Michigan State, obviously had a solid performance last night. They've gone back to the more experienced guy with Eberle. I'm curious to see how he performs, and I'd love to know the logic behind that decision.
Yeah, bad teams don't beat Michigan State right now, and certainly bad goalies don't either. So, Ryan, for Notre Dame, on Notre Dame's side, the line chart looks a little different.
Yeah, and it's on those defense pairings, really, for Notre Dame. Brock Sheehan doesn't shuffle any of the forward lines, but he does shift up his defense with Paul Fisher still out of the lineup tonight. He moves Michael Mastrodomenico up onto a pair with Henry Nelson, who's played the most minutes in Fisher's absence the last 3 games. Drew Mackey, who's ostensibly the 6th defenseman on this group, he's playing with Axel Kuhlman on the second pair, and then it's a reunion of Jimmy Jursev and Jaden Kerr on the third pair. And, you know, if you're someone who follows Notre Dame closely, you could kind of pass that off, or you could kind of see it as some cause for alarm because, of course, Notre Dame's last home series here, full home series, Big Ten series against Wisconsin, Brock Sheehan did the same thing. The team played a competitive game on Friday night, seemed to get closer to that first win, and then he shifts up the D pairs, and the next night they come out, give up 4 goals in the first period, and lose 9-2. That's not what I'm saying is going to happen tonight, but I didn't really see all that much that warranted a shuffle. I mean, I think Mackey's clearly is still adjusting to the pace of college hockey. He's a guy who doesn't have much experience under the belt as a freshman. Only 6 games played, and you know 3 of those have been the last 3 games, right? And I really like the game of Jaden Kerr. I think Jimmy Jursev has probably struggled without him, but Kerr was really the only Irish defenseman last night that I thought was activating into the play, jumping up into the offense and doing so in like an effective way. That's nothing against Michael Mastrodomenico or Ackler Kumlin or Henry Nelson, but those guys have been activating far less as the season's gone on because they haven't done it as well. So I'm curious to see how that plays out. I don't exactly know why, but it'll be something to keep an eye on here tonight.
Do you think it's almost spreading around the extra stitching on the jersey? You know, Mastrodomenico, the captain, Kumlin, the associate, with the younger guys. Is that something that to look for?
Yeah, to me, the top 4 defensemen in this lineup tonight are better than the bottom 2.
Yeah.
And then even between the bottom 2, there's a lot of difference between Jursev and Mackey. And rather than sort of stick those two together and say, we're not going to just rock with 4 defensemen, which is extremely hard to do in the physical, fast-paced nature of college hockey today, he is sort of spreading around. The guys that I thought were the 2 best last night were Kumlin and Jaden Kerr, and he sort of paired both of those with Mackey and Jursev. So we'll see how it goes. You can, we'll make our conclusions after the end of the night.
We got about 8.5 minutes left until the puck drop or things get going here in Compton Family Ice Arena. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back with you for some more pregame coverage from Compton Family Ice Arena. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Back from Compton Family Ice Arena, the Irish and the Buckeyes have taken the ice to their final preparations before puck drop tonight. Brendan Mato, Ryan Murphy, and Ethan Laslo up in the booth with you for this one. Guys, key takeaway, well, sort of key to win tonight, and who should we look for? Ryan?
Yeah, I'll start with Notre Dame here, and I really want to see the Irish get physical tonight. I thought when they were playing their best last night, they were physically engaged, especially in the offensive zone, in pursuit of pucks, in those hard areas of the ice, especially in the interior. Looking for them to get back to that tonight. A guy I got to see that from is the biggest guy on the ice almost every night, Sutter Mazzotti. I thought he was just a little bit on the outside last night, so he's my player to watch, and it goes hand in hand with my key to the game.
Ethan?
Yeah, I know we just talked about him, but I'm going to go with the goalie for Ohio State, Christopher Eberle. Obviously, last night it was Hillebrandt in goal for the Buckeyes. Now you've got Eberle. Curious to see what he's got. He's obviously the more experienced guy. He's a junior. He started more games, 16 this season for the Buckeyes. He's 6'9" Obviously not great, but much more experience than Hillebrandt. He's also got an 88.9% save percentage. So we'll see how he does against an Irish team that's definitely going to be hungry for a win.
Well, we'll see if Sutter Mazzotti can find his usual footing and the junior can find what he was doing in the beginning of the season for the Buckeyes in goal tonight. Lineups are being announced for both teams right now. We're going to take a break for the national anthem, and when we come back, we'll have puck drop from Compton Family Ice Arena on the voice of the Fighting Irish. And we're just about ready for puck drop here from Compton Family Ice Arena. We welcome you back. Ohio State wearing the same all-red sweaters and the gray domes that they wore last night with the Ohio State logo across their chest. Notre Dame sports a new sweater tonight. We've got the Sporting Leprechaun written across the chest for them, and gold helmets and blue trousers as usual in those sections.
Tell you what, Brendan, I'm a fan of these. I love these sweaters.
I love what they're doing with the Sporting Leprechaun. I think it's something that I've seen personally from Michigan State. You know, you got Sparty golfing, Sparty playing basketball, whatever. I think it's cool. I think it's good for brand engagement.
And I'll tell you what, you know, we've had three new Leprechauns: football, basketball, hockey. I think hockey's the best one. Yeah,
that's a fair argument. I think for me personally, I'm a big fan of the football one, a big fan of the hockey one. Basketball one was a little awkward to me, but I think, like I said, I think it's okay.
You know what I care about, guys? They win when they wear them.
That's true. Ethan was mentioning.
Kidding.
Ethan,
but I do care about that.
This is my third hockey game I've called this year. The first one I called was their first time wearing these. It was one of their 4 wins. Here's to another one tonight.
They're 1-1 with them on, so can only go up.
Well, line 1 for the defensemen, line 2 for the forwards for Notre Dame. They win the faceoff. That was Sutter Mazzotti. Puck is entangled in center ice. Mastro Domenico on it. It goes back into the defensive zone of Ohio State. Ohio State going left to right in your radio heads. Notre Dame got it back for a second. That's taken away, intercepted by Caron. Thompson and Caron. Good stick there from Mastro Domenico. Gets it away. Brown across one blue line. Now the red and the second blue. He's got it with Werner and Mazzotti, waiting for his defenseman to come get him. He gives it off. Number 5, it's Axel Kumlin around the net, trying to hit a wraparound, blocked. Save made by Ohio State's keeper. Now Ohio State the other way. It's number 28, left-handed wrist shot into the glove of Nicholas Kemp. That was number 29, Ryan Gordon, I believe.
Yeah.
William Smith.
Great start for Notre Dame. I really like that first shift by Mazzotti, Brown, and Werner. Mazzotti goes in, lays a hit. Brown goes in, lays a hit. Werner goes in there, gets the puck. That's what you got to do.
Yeah, they look good. Already looking pretty good. Much stronger start. I mean, we're 50 seconds in. I believe by this time last night, Ohio State was already up 1-0.
That is true.
Don't jinx us, Ethan.
Wise has it for Ohio State. He sends it to the corner. It's taken away. Good hold there. Notre Dame down in center ice now. Looking for a 3-man attack. The pass inside to Jursav. He couldn't hang on to it. Wise going the other way for Ohio State. Shoots right-hand wrist shot into the chest of Nicholas Kemp. And something that we saw last night, gentlemen. Lots and lots of extracurriculars.
Specifically from Davis Burnside,
yeah.
Ohio State's captain. Listen, I think I said it last night. I don't know if we were on air or not. I'd love to see him throw some hands. You know, I am a sucker for the classic hockey fight.
The spirit of hockey.
Yes. It's what it's all about. Get the hands going.
Face off on Kemp's left, that circle. Ohio State won it. They took a shot wide of the net. They've got it now in center ice. It's dumped and given to Kemp behind his own net. Had to make a decision there. He gets it out to the far side. Bucks still out of possession from either one team. A centering pass, but nobody there inside. Carter Slaggett got it now for the Irish. 24, Dashiell Oliver dumps and chase. Abel on the forecheck, able to leave it for his man. Hong's got it at center ice. Passes inside. Now Sabo from the near circle. Dumps it for Dunlap. Dunlap, cross-ice pass. Number 7, Romaine. Sabo. And Carabella takes just a wild shot. Blocked off the pad of Kemp before he goes in for a change. Notre Dame unable to corral that one, though. Sabo bumps it back towards Deck Hunt and Lewis. They're on the near blue line. They lose it. This is Will Bell now for Notre Dame, coming down the other way. Wrist shot off the blocker and stick of Eberle. Janovic's got it. He passes it around to the point. Mastro Domenico's up there. He sends it in towards the net off the blocker of Eberle. Ohio State able to clear it out of the line. It was picked up by Janovic, but Ohio State still got it And they lose it in the corner to Mastro Domenico now on the on their offensive side, but Notre Dame gets it back around. A dump and chase from Fleming. Left it for Bell, but Ohio State takes it back. Strachey. Karan tried to corral it inside, dump and chase for himself. He couldn't. Mazzotti's got it now for Notre Dame. Behind the net, it's Jursev. Bumps it off the boards for Cole Brown, that is. They're on the half board now. Fight for it. Mazzotti, Brown, Dunlap, and one more Ohio State player. I can't quite see the number. It was Riley Thompson. Finally got out by Kemp. It was gloved by him. Notre Dame loses it in the defensive zone. Good stick there from number 19, Evan Werner, and Notre Dame goes the other way. Werner was on it, but it was chipped out of the zone by Smith. Mazzotti, it would have been a delayed offsides if Werner had got it. Pass from the blue line. Smith still got it. He gives it to Strachey behind his own net. Notre Dame on him hard. Notre Dame able to take it away in their line. Pass from Danny Nelson to Cole Brown. Didn't make the mark. Montez on the half board for Ohio State. It's taken away by Knuble. Knuble skating around the net. Won't try the wraparound. Spins. Wrist shot. Almost got through. It was deflected in front of the net. Brown swings it around for Knuble again, though. Knuble hit hard on the boards, and we're going to get a penalty here on Davis Burnside from Ohio State, the captain. And Cole Knuble is rattled after that one.
Well, that was fast. I know I just said that I was looking for Davis Burnside to be a little aggressive again tonight, but didn't think it'd be happening already.
Yep, and the referee just mentioned this one. It looks like in the same spot, Ryan, from last night that we had a potential review for a major penalty. Will come again.
Murph crash out.
You're exactly right, Brennan. And I mean, this one is pretty clearly a charge, pretty clearly a hit from behind, if you ask me. He's got his back. Knuble's got his back turned to Burnside on the half wall. Burnside's kind of coming down from the blue line, and he takes at least 3 strides. It's a boarding penalty at minimum.
Yeah, no doubt.
He's not really. He gets him a little bit in the numbers, but also a little bit at the side. It's just sort of the strange angle that Knuble's on the wall there. But
yeah,
boarding minimum for sure, if you ask me.
Well, Burnside doesn't have a good record if he's trying to keep this one away from being a major penalty. We were talking about his hot head last night. Really wanted. He was chipping it up with Carter Slaggert a little bit. Some of Knuble. Got Knuble hard there.
This is already a big moment in this game.
Very much so.
You know, I know Notre Dame's power play hasn't been stellar of late. They went 1 for 4 last night, 2 for their last 16, something like that. Not a top 5 power play like it was for most of the season these last 2 weekends. But tell you what, if he's in the box for 5 minutes, Notre Dame got off to. I like their start right now. They're playing direct. They're playing smart hockey. The defensive zones looked okay. There's a couple near 2-on-1s. But that's not zone stuff. That's line rush stuff. So this is a big moment for Notre Dame. Build off some early momentum. It's already a better start than last night.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like you said, Murph, it's a much better start. But I'm specifically looking at Notre Dame has really had the pedal to the metal. They've been on the attack much more. They really started on their heels yesterday in that first period. Ohio State really controlled the pace. It seems like it's a little more balanced, maybe favoring Notre Dame a little more tonight so far.
100% agree. The refs seem like they have a call here.
Yep.
Lengthy delay, that's a different discussion. I won't get into that, though. I don't love those delays. Burnside's in the box.
So it will stay just the 2-minute minor, at least, as Murphy said, for boarding. And that Notre Dame power play will come out there. As you mentioned, Murph, a rough trip the power play took in Pennsylvania against Penn State. But last night, 1 for 4. Not terrible. The way the Irish are playing, though, as you were alluding to, Ethan, we could see a goal here. Danny Nelson to take it against Montez. He won it technically, got it out to Mazzotti, but Ohio State will take it. Montez shorthanded behind his own net, trying to stick handle. Nelson got it away from him, but Montez held his stick. He's unable to grab the puck. Gets it out to Mazzotti. Centering pass goes between the point men, and it'll go all the way back to Nicholas Kemp.
I really have my eye on this top unit. I thought they were not the better of the 2 units for 3 of the 4 power plays last night.
Yep. Kuhlman left it for number 22, Cole Knuble, back after that hit. Gives it to Werner. Werner nearly lost it at the blue line, but he got it back. Gets it down to Knuble. Is it near the far corner? Good interception there from Mazzotti. Mazzotti's got it. Surveys off the pipe with the left-handed wrist shot.
Man, he hit that square off the pipe, too.
Mazzotti took that from the top of the near circle. Irish going right to left.
Took that shot from pretty far out. He had Knuble kind of crashing down the backside. I think everybody on the ice, the end of the rink, thought he was going to slice a pass through, and he actually used that to open up some space and get a good shot off.
So here is what was the better power play unit last night. Pano Femus took the face-off. He lost it. Ohio State will earn themselves a clear as we approach 1 minute left on this power play. Henry Nelson's got it now, bringing it up the ice for the Irish. Femus crosses the lines across to Ali. This is Eberle's right. No offsides. Henry Nelson able to keep it in. Point pass to Mastro Domenico. He's at the Big Ten logo. Around to Femus at the circle. Femus chops it in on the net, and Mazzotti couldn't get it. He got a pass from Ali, a gift from God. It was wide open.
Oh, my gosh.
And he bumped the net off of the post. Ryan Murphy has his hands on his head. I mean, I think gift from God there is an understatement, gents.
I mean, you can't ask for a better spot to be in than Mazzotti was there. I mean, he was point blank, puck at his feet. Eberle's on the other side of the goal. It's wide open for him, and he just sends it high.
Danny Nelson and his line back out there. Knubel's got it now. Eberle's left. Skates it in. Carabello was on him on the forecheck. Strachey tried to get it away, but Mazzotti now on the half-board near side. Gets it. Loose. Danny Nelson over to Werner. Werner skating around. Shot. Score! Danny Nelson was able to tie Christopher Eberle up a little bit. Got him on his belly. And Werner able to easily chip that one into the netting. Irish are up 1-0.
Yeah, that was just beautiful from the Irish. You know, right out of that, honestly, just disappointing play just before, a minute before from Mazzotti. He just missed the open shot. That time, they capitalized on the opportunity, put it away. Beautiful play from the Irish. They're up 1-0.
And I wonder if Ohio State's going to think about a challenge here, because Christopher Eberle was pushing out of his blue paint as Danny Nelson comes across. Good job by Werner to be patient, but that does allow for Nelson to get some contact on Eberle. And again, we have this situation where Steve Rollick is killing a lot of time talking to the referees, waiting to make a decision on whether to challenge it. And it does look like, unlike last night, he is going to challenge this one for goaltender interference. And this will be really interesting because Eberle is almost he basically just has the foot in the blue paint. He's pushing out to challenge Werner on the shot, and that's kind of when the contact happens outside the crease. So this will be really interesting and probably going to be our second lengthy review of the day.
Well, and a lengthy review we will account for. We're going to go to break. We'll be right back with you after our referees announce their decision. Well, the referees are just about finished with their decision.
We think.
We think, yeah.
We think
we'll
so.
see how much
Our
longer
sneaking
this takes.
suspicion.
This is one where if you're the ref, you just got to make, like, this is a gray area. This is a gray area in the game. This is a gray area in the rule. It's not clear. You just got to make a decision. You got to live for it for the rest of this game.
So, Murph, what you're telling me is this is basically college hockey's targeting.
Oh, this is hockey's targeting. Yes, this is this.
The subjectivity of it.
That's right. That's the subjectivity of goaltender interference it's a big thing. I would say that maybe the hockey equivalent to targeting is hit from behind, hit to the head, but even those are more clear, I think, than goaltender interference. It looks like we got a call here, so.
So no goaltender interference. Notre Dame will sound the horn one more time. That goal is going to stay up there. Notre Dame is up 1-0 on the Buckeyes for good.
And I think that's the right call. If you're asking me, my opinion, there are people out there and reasonable minds who disagree on that. But if you ask me if, 85% of the contact happens outside the crease with the goaltender outside of the crease, that's where the contact occurs. That part of the body, that's not goaltender interference. It's got to be in the crease. The contact itself has to be in the crease. So I think that's the right call. Steve Rollick will disagree, I can tell you that much.
Yeah, I mean, obviously no call, but I'm not going to doubt Steve Rollick. Guy knows his stuff.
Yeah, the veteran coach we talked about last night got a long discussion in with the referee after a Notre Dame goal, possible goal interference. He didn't challenge it, but he did tonight. Ohio State has won the faceoff. Karan has just put it back behind the net. Notre Dame will take it back. Ali up into center ice for Danny Nelson, the captain. Coming down the left alley. Tried to get a centering pass to his man. That's Drew Mackey in there. Now it's tied up on the half board, chipped out, and down the ice it will go. Kerr will grab it for the Irish. Swings around behind the net. Pass to Knuble, intercepted. Taken back by Mackey, though. Ali in center ice, gets it to Knuble, who crosses it over the blue, dumps and chases. Romaine on him on the forecheck. Centering pass, no one was there. Wise has got it for Ohio State. Brings it across, tries to dump and chase himself, but Sutter Mazzotti will punch that one back out with no problem. Jursev's got it for the Irish at center ice. He dumps it in. Irish will make a little change. It's brought up to center ice now for the Buckeyes. Wise has got it, crosses the blue, but he lost the handle. Jursev's got it to a wide-open Sutter Mazzotti. One-on-one with the goalie. He's stick-handling his way through, and he lost it. Gordon took it away for Ohio State. Around the boards it comes. Mastro Domenico's got it. He slips to the ground. Mazzotti at the point. Crosses Jursev. Dumps it down for Werner, but Werner couldn't find it. Smith for the Buckeyes. Puts it way down. And icing will be called on the Buckeyes. We'll get an offensive zone draw for Notre Dame.
Yeah, it looked like some fans wanted a tripping call there when Mastro Domenico went down. Ref said, no call. You can be as upset as you want. We're letting it play.
I just want to put this this start for Notre Dame in context, too. Notre Dame is 2-3 when scoring first. They're 4-23 this season. They've only scored first 5 times. Big
absurd stat.
Big start to this game.
Yeah.
It's a scrum for it after the face-off. Femus lost it on the far circle. Ohio State will bring it up. Gordon's got it.
Sorry, correction. They're 4-18-1, not 4-23. I don't know where I got 4-23 from. But still, point stands.
Point
Continue,
does
Brennan. Sorry.
Axel Kumlin is behind his own net. He sends it up to center ice. Femus tapped it for the Irish. Now he brings it across the blue line. Turns around. He's going to try to set something up. Kumlin was looking for the slap shot. He didn't get it. Gets it over to Henry Nelson. He takes a wrist shot off the blocker of Eberle. Pass intercepted, though, by Femus. On the left circle. Couldn't get the handle. He's behind the net. Centering pass. Nobody there. Kumlin's got it. Shot off the boards. It went wide of the net. Henry Nelson tried to get a pass inside to Femus, but he couldn't get all of it. It will go back down the length of the ice. No icing. Kumlin will pick it up for Notre Dame. Notre Dame makes a change in the forwards. Slaggert dumps, and the forwards will change now. Ohio State's got it. Long down the ice pass, taken away by Mackey. Mackey's got it. Dumps it up. Fleming crosses his defensive blue line, red line. And blue line again. Bell, and offsides will be called on the Irish. I don't know who that was up there. We are unsure.
Yeah, we don't know.
Nonetheless, that will serve as our first media break for tonight. As they will clean up the ice, we will take a little break for ourselves. We'll be right back from Compton Family Ice Arena. Notre Dame up 1-0, 11 and a half minutes left to play in our first period of action. From the voice of the Fighting Irish, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And we're back from Compton Family Ice Arena. Notre Dame Fighting Irish with a 1-point lead over the Ohio State Buckeyes. We're going to take a face-off on the blue line circle near side towards Eberle in the Ohio State defensive zone. Ohio State won the face-off. Romaine's got it. It's dumped in. Passed around to McGinley. Romaine's got it now, crosses the blue line for Ohio State. He's to Kemp's left. It's dumped. It's a fight for it in the corner behind Kemp. Now the Irish have finally taken control. Kerr's got it for Notre Dame. And finally Fleming takes it out of the scrum that happened. Tried to get it to Janovic. Janovic able to get it out to Mackey. Mackey's across the blue line now, far side. Dumps, leaves it. Bell, wrist shot wide of the net. Deflected a little bit. Mastro Domenico, though, has it, and it's off his skate of Fleming, of his own teammate. It goes out of the zone. He'll have to chase it the length of the ice. Now he's behind the net of Kemp. Notre Dame makes a change. Brennan Ali back in the game for Notre Dame. Cole Knuble as well. He takes it across the blue line for Notre Dame. He's far side. Passes to his captain, Danny Nelson. Centering pass. Jursev couldn't get any of it. He was on the left side of the goal. Danny Nelson poked away from Thompson. Ali's got it now for the Irish on the near board. Mastro Domenico from the point. Hit his own guy. That was Danny Nelson that blocked it. Thompson kicks it back out for Ohio State. Danny Nelson takes it for Notre Dame at center ice. All the way over to Knuble, who's got some space and room. Looked at the right-hand wrist shot. He didn't take it. Dumps it back for Ali. Ali gives it to Jursev. Slap shot. Deflected. Abel took a hard one to the knee there to save that one from getting to Eberle at all. Kept into the zone well by Ali. They're at the top. Centering pass for Danny Nelson. Nelson couldn't get on it. Poked away by Ohio State. Chases the length of the ice. Henry Nelson will pick it up for Notre Dame. Behind the net of Kemp. Swings around to Mastro Domenico on the far side. Crossing the defensive blue line. Now the right. Dumps it in. Mazzotti nowhere to chase it from. And Notre Dame will make another change. Ohio State still got it. Montez. Cross ice pass. Coming down the lane is Stayer. It's kicked into the near corner and taken away. Ohio State still got it. Around the net to Smith. Smith tried to get a pass inside to Montez. He couldn't find it. It goes around the boards. Notre Dame will take it back. It's a chase for it after the errant pass. I believe that's Cole Brown trying to get it. It's still in the Irish offensive zone. Werner in a good place. Slap shot from, who was that? Mackey over there. Off the cross-ice pass. It finds Eberle's legs, and we'll get an offensive zone draw for Notre Dame.
Tell you what, I'm still liking what I'm seeing from the Irish. You know, just in the last couple minutes, they are keeping the pedal to the metal offensively. They're not giving the Buckeyes many chances on defense. And when the Buckeyes enter their offensive zone, it seems like it's out just as soon as it's in.
Yeah, the shakiest Notre Dame has looked defensively tonight's been on the line rushes.
Panofimos won the faceoff for Notre Dame, but it puck skates out of the offensive zone. Mackey took it. Slaggert's got it in center ice. Bumped around. Isley dumps it for number 19, Wise, I think, is down there. And who is that down there? Kerr has got it, but he doesn't have a twig. He's trying to hold on to it.
He's defending it with his body.
Defending it, putting the body on the line. Romaine dumps it inside. Montez has got it for Ohio State. He comes swinging around. Excuse me, that's Isley. He took a shot. It went high of the net. And now the puck finds its way out of the scrum. Notre Dame's got it. This is Carter Slaggert driving it down, bringing it into the offensive zone. Turns around at the circle. He's on the far side. Tries to get it into Mastro Domenico for a shot, but it got tipped up into the air. Mastro Domenico couldn't get anything. Now Hong's got it for Ohio State at center ice. He's hit on his own bench board, and it goes to Mastro Domenico. Oliver dumps it and will make the change for Notre Dame. He comes out for Mackey. Carabella gets it off the board and out of the Ohio State defensive zone. At center ice, he takes it back, though. Dumps and chases for himself, but Bell is in front of him clearly. Gets it to swing around the boards. Ohio State unable to keep it across the blue line. After the cross-ice pass, Notre Dame will take it back. From the far defensive circle, that pass intercepted by Ohio State. Dunlap's got some space and room on Kemp. Shot goes high and out of play.
That was actually a really good chance for Ohio State there, developing off of really what seemed like a turnover at the blue line. I couldn't tell who turned it over, but everyone for Notre Dame was kind of caught on the near side of the ice.
Yeah, he had some room there for sure.
So Notre Dame will take the draw from the defensive zone, far circle. It's Danny Nelson for the Irish. And Riley Thompson for the Buckeyes. Ref's hand got hit there. We got to do it again. Shaking that one off.
Yeah, he is. He's looking at his right hand, it looks like. He's all right.
Did he skate over and get some snow for a little quick ice action?
I have no idea.
Look at that.
Honestly, that'd be really smart. Good situational awareness.
Danny Nelson finds himself with the puck. He slips down. Burnside takes it back for Ohio State. Gets it up to his point man. And now cross-ice pass to McBrayer goes behind the blue line. They got to bring them all back. Karan dumps. Kemp's got it behind his own net. He's surveying. He's got defensemen on both sides. It's a scrum for it on the short board. Henry Nelson able to get it back, get it out, but Ohio State retains it. Karan, Burnside in there. It's another fight for it on the half board. And back, tipped out by Notre Dame. Back to Kumlin. Kumlin up to Cole Knuble. Brings it across for the Irish. McBrayer got a tip and got Knuble. Ali got somebody back there, but he lost the puck in the process. Burnside behind the net, bounce pass over to his associate, number 8, Nathan McBrayer. Passes out to his left. It goes the length of the ice. Touched an Ohio State player at center, just past center ice, though, so no icing. And Notre Dame able to get it back off the diving pass from Werner.
Ooh.
Tipped around off the shot. Lewis tried to get a piece of it to deflect it away from Kemp, but he's unable to do so. Karan's got it deep on the far circle. Kemp's right. It's guarded heavily by Werner. Gets a centering pass to Montez. Montez's shot is deflected by a skater. Cole Brown's got it for Notre Dame. He dumps it inside. Mazzotti on the forecheck with Strachey for Ohio State. Strachey swings it around for Montez. He's on the far circle. Notre Dame on him hard in the ride. Werner at the end of his shift, though. They're going to change. Notre Dame with a fresh 5 as Strachey fires it from the red line behind Kemp's net. Mastro Domenico's got it from that position. Tried to pass it up ice to Panofimos. Unable to corral it was Femus. Carabella got it now across the blue line. Throws it over to Romaine at the point, who dumps it inside. Notre Dame takes it away, but Mastro Domenico lost it.
Yeah, there it is.
Panofimos gets it back after now a Notre Dame penalty.
Yep, stick slashed out of the hands of James Hong, and it's a product of, probably 3 or 4 minutes where Ohio State got their legs started to get their legs underneath them, and they were really pressing Notre Dame in Notre Dame's own end. And this is a moment where, like, this team needs to recognize that the tide is turning what it is before it's too late, and this may be a moment where too late as that pressure results in a penalty.
Yeah, definitely the best Ohio State's looked on offense so far tonight. We'll see if they can capitalize here on the power play.
Well, we're going to take another media break as these two teams prepare for our first look at the Ohio State power play for tonight. Notre Dame with a 1-0 lead over the Buckeyes with 5 minutes and 7 seconds left to go in our first period of action. We'll be right back from WVFI, the voice of the Fighting Irish. So Notre Dame on the penalty kill now after our break. 2-minute minor for slashing. Assessed to the Irish. Danny Nelson will take the face-off now on the kill. He wins it. Henry Nelson got it around to Slaggert, who couldn't clear it, but now Notre Dame does clear it into the bench of Ohio State, so they'll have to take another defensive zone draw.
Nice save by Hillebrand there on the bench.
Yeah, very much
even
so.
in the game, and he's still making saves.
He's hanging out there on the corner, dressed and ready if need be. So Carabella to take it against Nelson now from Kemp's left. Nelson won another one. Got it to his brother, Henry, who clears it well. Down the length of the ice it goes. Eberle will touch it as Slaggert was by his skater Sabo in the forecheck. Burnside over to Sabo. Carabella's with those two. Carabella's got it now. Lost the handle. They're going to do their little trickery again. Here comes Burnside and Carabella. Carabella's got the puck. Across center ice he goes. Slaggert missed the tip, but his teammate Kumlin got the tip. Away the puck goes from Ohio State. Notre Dame will take it back. And they've got some room now. Danny Nelson and Carter Slaggert on the 2-on-1. Shoot from Nelson off the cross pipe, and out of play it goes. Possible shorthander there from Notre Dame. Danny Nelson had a good look.
Yeah, another one off the top pipe there for the Irish. Just looked like they had a chance, unable to capitalize.
So it goes out of play in the Irish offensive zone. That's where they'll take the face-off. They're on the near circle. Knubel's going to do it for the Irish, and Gordon is in the circle for Ohio State. Took a few seconds to get ready. Now he'll drop the puck. Knubel lost it. Smith's got it for Ohio State. He goes behind his own net. Knubel's still there in the defensive zone. He's going to skate with him. As it's left for Gordon. Over to Montez. Montez to Isley. Back to Montez in the far corner. There's a scrum for it. Notre Dame is not annoyed with that. They're going to be patient in these scrums. They're going to hold it well. Another one. Behind the net of Kemp, finally it goes. Somebody doesn't have a stick down there. Knubel gets it out. That's Sutter Mazzotti, who lost the twig. Goes back and retrieves it. As Eberle for Ohio State gives it to Smith, who's going to lead the charge up the ice. Irish are in the middle of a change. Trying to catch him off guard. He gives it to Strachey. from Kemp's left. Gordon's got a wrist shot, deflected away from the netting. Montez has got it now at the far point. He leaves it. Inside pass to Isley, nothing on it, and Kemp will cover it up. Henry Nelson didn't like what Montez was doing or saying to Nicholas Kemp, though.
A little extracurriculars, first ones of the night.
It's a good penalty kill so far by Notre Dame. I mean, you really needed that to stamp out the Ohio State momentum, which was really building, I thought, guys, before this power play. So penalty kills can sometimes turn momentum in your favor if you do them right. Notre Dame really has done this on their own.
Certainly. Ohio State wins the draw from the right of Kemp. McBrayer dumped it inside for his man. Sabo swings it around the glass to Romaine. Excuse me, that was Dunlap who got it back. McBrayer, slap shot, deflected in front of the net, goes high of it. And Notre Dame is back at full strength. Ohio State's still got it, though. Wise, shot, wide of the net, around the boards it goes. Danny Nelson on it with Dunlap. He takes it. Danny Nelson will cross the blue line for the Irish. He's on the far side. In it with McBrayer. It's caught up in the corner. McBrayer gets it out for the Buckeyes. Gets it up to Wise. Deckut couldn't get the pass. It was intercepted by Werner. Werner and Knuble now coming down the lane. Knuble's behind the net. Swinging around. Werner's got it in the near corner. Gets it over to Brown. Tried to get it back to Werner for a shot, but he couldn't get it on his stick. Ohio State takes it back. Deckut sends it down into the far corner. And Werner's got it now for the Irish in the near corner to Kemp's left. Slaggert's got it for Notre Dame. Tried to get it to Brown, who tried to dump it. Couldn't do it well. Abel takes it back for Ohio State, but Fleming gets it back for Notre Dame. Cross ice pass to Mazzotti. Now they're in the offensive zone. Half board, excuse me. Karan behind the net to Abel. Pass up ice. It was messed around with Burnside and Master Domenico. Gets out. Ohio State at the defensive blue line. They send it down and will change. Center ice now. Notre Dame trying to take advantage of the change. This is Oliver. Tried to chip it in and chase it himself. He couldn't do it. Henry Nelson's got it now for the Irish after the length of the ice pass from Ohio State. Coming back the other way is Notre Dame. Slaggert on the forecheck with Sabo. Oliver gets in there and takes it away out for Notre Dame. Kumlin, a quick shot and into the glove of Eberle. They took it from the circle at Eberle's left, and Slaggert was ready. He got rid of his stick. He was ready.
To go.
These extracurriculars are...
That's where Carter Slaggert's at his best. If you ask me, that's where he's got to play all the time.
Yeah.
Every shift. Get right in front of the net, get in front of the goalie's eyes, and be really annoying.
Just to clarify, you think he's at his best throwing hands?
No.
Ethan's really looking for it tonight.
Ethan, if you think he's at his best, he is 5'10", 175. That is not
hey,
the guy
it's
who's
not
at his best throwing
it's
hands.
not the size of the dog in the fight. Size of the fight in the dog.
Oh, man.
Pano Femus wins the faceoff for Notre Dame. Henry Nelson tried to chip it in for Slaggert. It's taken away by Ohio State, though. Gordon, cross-ice pass to Montez. Montez has got speed coming down with the left hand. Kemp's right. He's still got it. Up at the point now. McBrayer. Excuse me. That's not his name. It's dumped in for Gordon, though, far corner.
I think it was McBrayer.
Oh, it was McBrayer. All right. Montez leaves it for Strachey, but it's taken away by Slaggert. Slaggert's got some skating speed. He's coming down the left lane. He didn't really get... As Montez drills him on the board, Femus gets it for the Irish. They're still going after it. He's holding him down front of the net. Mackey tried to tip it in. It's into the chest of Eberle, and man, Slaggert is still down here at the near circle.
Yeah, it looked like, I don't know.
He just got up, and he's going to skate it off.
Call me crazy. I don't know. I could have seen a boarding call there on
But
Ohio
good gracious,
State.
Montez.
Not a big fan of that, but what can you do?
Yeah, if there was anything to be concerned about there, I feel like it was not the initial hit, but
he was holding him down.
Yeah, and it didn't seem too aggressive. I couldn't really. The fans certainly seemed to get riled up down there, but it didn't seem anything crazy to me as we got an icing call. It happened right below us, but it's kind of like in that area where the boards is sort of obstructing our view of the play.
So as Ryan said, icing call after the one face-off from Ohio State. We'll get another one in the offensive zone for Notre Dame. Danny Nelson to take it. He's got Knubel, Cole Brown, Mastro Domenico, and Jursev is up there at the point. It gets out, one by Nelson. Mastro Domenico tried to take a shot. It was deflected by an Ohio State player. Notre Dame trying to work quickly. Cross-ice pass, no point man or forward was there. Isley's got it for Ohio State. Cole Brown takes it back, wide open. Danny Nelson into the chest of Eberle. And that will end our first period of action. Wow. Ooh.
Big chance there at the end, but man.
We saw that a lot last night at the end of periods. Notre Dame finding some life, getting a lot of shots going, but couldn't connect on that one. Eberle has a great stand in the first quarter other than that one.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it seems like, I mean, we've now got 4 periods of action down in this series, and it just seems like besides that third period last night when the game was over, the other 3 periods, it seems like in the last 20 to 30 seconds, Notre Dame just turns it on like another level. They're just on it, aggressive. I like it. I think they need to stay with that.
Well, I think it has less to do with Notre Dame at the end of period as much to do with, as it does with Ohio State at the end of periods. I mean, that was a pretty bad turnover to set up that chance for Danny Nelson. All around, though, it was a really good period for Notre Dame. I thought all around there, that was probably the best period of the series they've played so far, start to finish.
Well, we'll be back in about 12-ish minutes for period number 2. Ethan's going to take it over on play-by-play for that one. Ryan Murphy and Brendan Mato will still be with you for some analysis. We'll see you in about 12 minutes for period number 2. Notre Dame's got the lead 1-0 from Compton Family Ice Arena. This has been the voice of the Fighting Irish.
to Compton Family Ice Arena. Notre Dame leading Ohio State 1-0, outshooting the Buckeyes 11-5 after one period of play here. Guys, what'd you see in that first period? What'd you like? What'd you not like?
Well, what I really liked was Notre Dame being active and getting shots off early and often. They were aggressive. They were shooting the puck, and they're shooting it well. We saw the one goal there from Big Evan Werner. Maybe some goal interference, but not called on the Irish. Gets them the 1-0 lead. I really liked the pace, and but still I like the patience of the Irish.
I talked about them being physically engaged.
Yeah.
They were physically engaged from the start of the game. I really liked that. They need to continue it here in the second. It's all about consistency. Notre Dame is 1-3 this season when leading after one period. They don't exactly have a lot of experience with it, and it hasn't always gone well. So nothing is a sure thing quite yet, gents.
So Jake Carabello will win the opening faceoff against Sutter Mazzati, and it'll go into the Irish defensive zone. But Henry Nelson will get the puck for the Irish, sends it around the boards. Cole Brown now bringing it up the left side of the ice. Irish going left to right. Buckeyes will go right to left in this second period of play. Puck sent around the boards. Ohio State with it. Shot is off the mark for Notre Dame. And still in the offensive zone, though. Ohio State with it. They're into the neutral zone, over the blue line, but back into the offensive zone. No, back into the neutral zone. Ohio State bringing it up the ice now, and it'll be sent back behind the net. And a little bit of a scrum for it, but Mastro Domenico ends up with the puck, bringing it up the far side, left side of the ice for the Irish. Across the blue line, and they'll go back behind the Buckeye net. Eberle will take it, and the Buckeyes have possession now on the near side. It's into the neutral zone, and a little bit of a race for it, but Notre Dame will send it back into their offensive zone, and it looks like icing going to be called against the Irish. Quick start to this second period. What are you guys seeing?
There's not much analysis to give quite yet. It's kind of been going back and forth. I mean, we're a minute through, and like you've been saying, Ethan, you've been choked up trying to figure out who has the puck all the time.
Yeah, it's
a little disconnected start to this period for sure.
So Danny Nelson will take the face-off against Thompson. He'll win it. Irish with the puck now in their defensive zone, but Buckeyes get the puck. There's a scrum for it just below us on the wall, and Cole Knuble ends up with it, skating towards center ice, bringing it into the offensive zone for the Irish. Now, Irish back behind the Buckeye net, and Danny Nelson will once again end up with it. He'll send it around to Cole Knuble. Knuble over to Ali. Ali back to Knuble on the far side, and Buckeyes will retain the puck. They send it into the neutral zone, but now Kumlin recovers it. He'll swing it around the boards, and Eberle will dish it out to his man. He's got Chris Abel. Now we're going to have another stoppage of play here.
Yeah, Abel chips it up into the Irish bench. We go out of play. They're going to have to take another defensive zone draw there. Coach Sheehan will hope to capitalize on one of these so far. Hasn't been able to do so. He's got a couple good shots in there, but no goals, obviously. Not on the power play. On 5-on-5, they've been struggling.
So the Irish will win the face-off. Trying to keep it in the offensive zone. Looked like a man fell down. Hard to tell who that was. But the Irish retain possession. Cross-ice pass. Jursev tried to get a shot off, but he lost the puck. Ohio State now with an advantage skating down the ice, but lost the puck. It was Montez who lost it, and now Dash Oliver sends it over to who it was. But the Irish score in what seems like a flash on the counterattack. They got it back after the Buckeyes lost the puck, and they score just 2 minutes into this second period.
Jursev lost it. He was deep. Notre Dame gets a 2-on-1 skating chase down the other way. Thankfully, a stroke of luck for the Irish. Montez lost the handle, and they're able to come back. Beautiful cross-ice pass. Lights the lamp from Eberle's right side.
Yeah, it's great to see Pano Femus cash in, too. That's twice in 2 games for him after a pretty healthy scoring drought. I really liked his finishing ability the last 2 games. You know, he hasn't had a ton of looks, but the ones he has, he's scored twice now. So great to see. Notre Dame needs that depth scoring, guys.
It's a bit of a poor look to call that a pass. That's my bad. It was a shot off the blocker. Good rebound there from Femus to tuck it in.
Slaggert and Kerr will get credit for the assists on that famous goal. And the Irish once again into the offensive end. Mastro Domenico with it on the near side. He'll try to swing it around the boards, but it's going to be deflected off an Ohio State player. Irish once again trying to center pass, but they lose the puck, and it'll head back toward Nicholas Kemp. And icing going to be called against the Buckeyes.
We talked about that last night, the whole depth scoring piece is being just super important. I mean, Notre Dame's bottom two lines going into last night had a combined 6 goals between all 6 of them. You know, you just simply need more scoring from those guys in order to win some more games this season. And Themis has arrived this weekend.
It's his 4th goal of the season, his 2nd in this series, as the Buckeyes now bring it through the neutral zone across the blue line. Deckett, centering pass, and the shot from the Buckeyes was deflected before it could get to Nicholas Kemp. And now Evan Werner bringing it up the ice. He's got Mazzotti. Mazzotti shoots and he scores! Just like that in the span of a minute, the Irish extend their lead from 1-0 to 2-0 and finally to 3-0 with 17 minutes and a second to play in period number 2. A red-hot start for the Irish in this second period.
Sutter Mazzotti had Werner on the other side, but his handedness led him just to take the shot himself. He's left-handed coming down the right alley. He's not going to try to backhand pass that. And why would you? I mean, left-handed wrist shot absolutely lights the lamp, hits the books on the top of the shelf.
Yeah, you know what's interesting about that too is Notre Dame rang the pipe on Eberle on glove side twice in that first period, and Mazzotti was one of the guys that hit the post on the glove side. As we got a penalty coming up here to Notre Dame in the offensive zone. I'll get back to the analysis in a second here.
Yeah, that looks like it's going to be boarding called against Ali. He laid a hard hit on a Buckeye player. I can't really tell who it is down on the far end.
I think it's Nathan McBrayer down there. I can see the A on his jersey. I can't tell if that's number 9 or number 8, though.
Looks like it's McBrayer.
Right.
Yeah.
McBrayer a little shaken up, but he'll skate toward the Ohio State bench. Looks like he's all right. And we're going to get a boarding call, as mentioned, against Brennan Ali.
And they're going to review it, too.
Wow.
Review for a potential major here. The fans don't like it. Guys, what'd you see there? Any merit there with that major review?
Ryan?
Well, they got the replay up right now, and McBrayer kind of takes the puck behind the net here. Ali follows him in behind the net. He gets him up high for sure. It's not from behind. They're sort of parallel to each other. And Ali angles his shoulders upwards. I'd say primary point of contact is probably the shoulders, in which case I don't even know if that's a penalty, if that's crazy to say. It was a hard hit, but I mean, I'm looking at it on a TV that's like a long way away from me right now.
Maybe like a 20-inch as well. I mean, that thing
is. The other thing, like Ryan said, I don't even know if that's a penalty. It didn't put a hip on him. I mean,
it may be late. It may be late, and it's an interference penalty. But it doesn't look like he gets him.
He certainly doesn't leave his feet. He doesn't hit him too high or too low. Like Ryan said, maybe high, if anything, up near the shoulder area. But
I'll be curious to see what they do with this. And again, this is our third lengthy review of the game. Which, you know, college hockey, I respect them. They have all these provisions for reviews where they can review major penalties more than you would. Like, you can't review this in the National Hockey League. And I understand why they want to get it right. It's an important call, but, man, it really, really disrupts the flow of the game. Notre Dame had all the momentum here early in the second period, and now we get a call.
So it'll be a minor penalty for head contact against Brennan Ali. No major, but it will still be a power play for the Buckeyes.
I don't understand how you could get a minor penalty for head contact.
Yeah, I didn't see any high. Yeah.
I don't understand how. Yeah, I'll set my piece aside there. But big power play here for Ohio State. You're now down 3. You know, you got to pull yourselves back into this game fast.
If you're Coach Sheehan, too, I mean, you really just hold on, right? Keep it kill it like normal. Don't do anything crazy. You got a 3-point lead, but let's not lose it because it can go away as soon as it came.
Slaggert wins the faceoff, sends it down the ice. So Ohio State bring it up from their defensive end into the neutral zone. Carabel over to Thompson. Thompson's centering pass was deflected by Danny Nelson.
Good stick
So now
there.
it's Caron on the far side. Caron brings it around the net. Maybe looking for a wraparound. No, he doesn't. He's hotly contested by Jimmy Jursev and Thompson, who took a hard hit there.
Uh-oh.
This is going to be a penalty to Jaden Kerr.
5 on 3 coming for Notre Dame.
Again, a terrible actual call by the official, but it is a penalty. He's calling Kerr for like a board here. It's a hook. He gets a stick inside in the midsection of the Ohio State player. It's definitely a big penalty. I don't understand why you call it a boarding penalty.
Yeah, well,
I could be wrong. I don't know. Brock Sheehan said something in his post-game press conference last night about there's a lot of penalties in our league. I'm not sure if it's us or the officials in our league.
Yeah.
He may have a point.
Yeah, he may.
Sorry to cut you off, Brendan.
No.
That's okay. Jaden Curtis didn't like it before the referee turned his mic on to announce that one. He turned around and barked at him, "Go sit down."
So it's 5 on 3 now. Buckeyes right in front of the Irish net. Caron now, left side, shoots, deflected by Nicholas Kemp. Caron now over to Sabo. Sabo, Carabella, back to Sabo, just below the Big Ten logo. Sabo over to Carabella. Caron shoots off the mark. Now over to Burnside, back to Caron. Caron at the faceoff circle, into Burnside. He's inside. His pass gets away, but the Buckeyes retain possession. Sabo. Caron shoots now, and it's off the mark. Banks off the glass. Carabella now, once again. Buckeyes shoot, and they do score. So it'll be 3-1 now. Still in favor of the Irish, but the Buckeyes take advantage of the 5-on-3 situation. It'll be 5 on 4 now with the Buckeyes trailing 3-1.
Yeah, Riley Thompson able to just sneak it far side from Nick Kemp. I was going to say, if that goal didn't come that quickly, a stand here would really put the momentum back in Notre Dame's favor. They already had it, but it would really put some life under their, under their bench. And especially the fans, they were loving the saves coming from Kemp. But
yeah, I think that I just watched it a couple times again on our tiny monitor, a million miles away from us. But I think that's probably one Kemp would like back.
Yeah,
used it pretty cleanly there.
So it'll be back to 5 on 4, still in favor of the Buckeyes, but a slightly better situation compared to the previous 5 on 3. Smith now in the offensive zone for the Buckeyes. Smith still with the puck on the near side. He's skating around trying to find a man. He does so. It's the associate for the Buckeyes, Adam Isley. Isley swings it around the boards, finds a man in Ryan Gordon. Gordon back to Smith at the Big Ten logo. Smith swings it back to Gordon. Gordon couldn't tell if that was a shot or a pass. Regardless, it was off the mark. Montez now with the puck, and he goes down. Cole Knuble looked like it may have been a possible penalty. Ohio State's bench certainly wanted the call. Smith now in front of the Irish net, and
wonderful
the
active
pass is
sticks
going to
there.
get away. And the Irish now with a chance. It's 2 on 3, and unable to get anything done. Sutter Mazzotti looked like he might have had another chance. And the Irish will get the 5 on 4 penalty kill. And we're back to 5 on 5 hockey here.
That is an unbelievable no call from the officials.
Yeah.
That's a textbook trip in any game at any level.
As good as it gets for tripping.
So Will Bell now with the puck in the Irish offensive zone. Brings it around the boards. Puck now behind the net. Maddox Fleming with it. And we've
Guys are going down everywhere.
We got a scrum on the near side. Opposite end of the rink from us, but a scrum nonetheless. So now the Buckeyes bringing it up the near side. Dunlap with it, but he lost the puck. Bell will swing it down and around the boards. Eberle recovers it behind his own net. Tries to swing it out to find a man. He was looking for Dunlap, and now the Buckeyes will bring it up the far side of the ice. Sabo with it. Sabo loses it. Jursev knocked it away. Slaggert coming up the far side of the ice. Bell right next to him. Sends it in and unable to get it to go. So now the Buckeyes once again bringing it up the near side of the ice. Dunlap with it. Dunlap over to Burnside, the captain. He's closely followed by Ali. Burnside sends it inside, but it's going to be deflected by Nicholas Kempf. Fleming had it for a second, but Sabo got it. He sent it inside to Thompson, who lost it and fell down. It was Jaden Kerr on him. So now Burnside with it. He takes a hard shove from Will Bell, and he's going to be down as the Irish make a change. So puck will go around the Ohio State goal, and the Buckeyes will clear it down to the other end of the ice. Mastro Domenico with it now for the Irish. Mastro Domenico over to Werner. Pass deflected. Werner still with it, though. And there were 3 Buckeyes on him, but he keeps possession, and the shot from Mastro Domenico is off the mark. And Ali was in there trying to get the rebound, but it was covered up well by Eberle.
Yeah, Eberle lost it for a second and got back onto the ice, but able to find it quite quickly, as you said, Ethan, to cover that one up before Ali could get to it.
I have 2 things I can go on right now. The first is...
Should we flip a coin?
I'm going on both of them. No, well, they're going to do the Fighting Irish salute here.
I'm making both calls.
Ohio State is getting themselves into trouble with their zone entries right now. That's who Mazzotti got his goal. They're really struggling turning the puck over at the offensive blue line. Second thing, these refs are not game managers. If it's a penalty, you call the penalty. You don't say... I can tell you that's exactly why it wasn't a trip call on Knubel. Just because Notre Dame has taken 2 penalties in short sequence doesn't mean if a third happens, you can't call it because you've already called the other 2. No, you got to call the penalty. Similarly, if Maddox Fleming is tripped in the offensive zone in the near corner here, just after Ohio State gets off the power play, you got to call it. Their job is not to manage the game. The job is to call the penalty.
Yeah, a lot of people get mad at football referees for giving them oh, sorry, we missed the last call. We'll give you a little sorry call here.
That's not the way this works.
No.
They're letting them play.
It's not the way this works. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Anyway, sorry to run us through the
nah, man, harp on it. Harp on it.
Break, but the noise you're hearing in the background is the Fighting Irish salute right now. Notre Dame does a great job. They honor a veteran at every game. So I guess I honored the veterans with my rant. I don't know.
Yes, you did, Murph. They'd be proud. So we'll return to action here. Notre Dame will have a face-off in their offensive zone. Another potential chance for the Irish, who are outshooting the Buckeyes 17-10 now, with 12.5 minutes left to play in period number 2. Femus will take the face-off against Gordon for Ohio State. And not really clear winner. Looked like Gordon might have gotten the better of Femus there, but the Irish with possession nonetheless. And it'll be sent back behind the Buckeye net, but they will get possession, and they're bringing it up the ice now. Gordon with it. He lost it, though. Oliver tried to send it back. He got it into the neutral zone, but it's going to be recovered by the Buckeyes, and it's sent back around the net by McBrayer. Or sorry, that was McGinley. Looked like Montez might have had a chance there, but Jursev knocked it away before he could get his stick on it. So now the Irish bringing it up the far side of the ice. They make a quick change now with the puck back behind the Buckeye net. Couple guys fighting for it now, and it'll be sent out to Jimmy Jursev. And the quick shot from Jaden Kerr is going to be swallowed up by Eberle, and we'll have a quick stoppage of play here. The Buckeyes will make a change.
I talked about the pairing of Kerr and Jursev in the pregame, and I've liked their game tonight. You know, they've been pretty solid all around. Haven't noticed any major defensive miscues from them.
Mazzotti will take the face-off now for the Irish. Referee's whistle blows. We'll see what that's for. Looks like a man might have been infringing. Mazzotti will win the face-off, but the Buckeyes will take control of the puck. They're bringing it up the near side. Kerr gets it, though. He's going to try to swing it over to Jursev, who lost it between his legs. But he clears it nonetheless down toward the Buckeye net. So now Notre Dame in the offensive zone, trying to make something happen here. Jursev shoots, but it's going to be knocked away And we're going to get a penalty called here against Ohio State. What'd you see, Murph?
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, this is like, I'm not going to go on my officiating rant. It's not worth your time, the listener. It's not worth your time, my fellow broadcasters. But it's just kind of like a bounce in the back from Carabella, and Brown goes down like a sack of potatoes. It's not anything hard. Brown sells it well, and they call it a penalty.
I was going to say, if that's a cross-check and just a simple bump in the back after watching that replay, Notre Dame's film, television, and theater program must be better than I thought. Because that's it. I mean, it's good acting,
So Danny Nelson will win the faceoff for the Irish, who start their third power play of the night.
Ooh.
And the Buckeyes will clear it, and Kemp will take it behind his own net.
More so Notre Dame clearing it for themselves, which is not ideal.
He'll hand it over to Axel Kumlin, who'll bring it up the ice. Looked like he was trying to pass it back. It was deflected, but he does get it back and pass it back to Danny Nelson, who swings it over to his man, Cole Knuble. But we'll have a quick stoppage of play here. Puck goes out of play, and the Buckeyes will make a change. We'll have a face-off in the near side circle of the Irish's offensive zone. Looks like it'll be Knuble taking it for the Irish. He'll take it against Max Montez. Irish will keep possession. Kumlin with it now at center ice. Into Danny Nelson, who passes it over and unable to make something happen. Cole Knuble had a chance. He took a hard shot, but it was just off the mark. But the Irish retain possession in the offensive zone. Danny Nelson got it, shoots, and scores from way downtown. What a shot from Danny Nelson. And the Irish capitalize on the power play to extend their lead to 4-1.
We're going to watch this replay, but Danny Nelson does the main point of scoring in hockey, which is just send it towards the goal, and in some senses, hope you get lucky. I think an Ohio State player could be credited with an assist here for that.
Yeah, it's a one-timer from the top of the near face-off circle. And you're right, Brendan. It definitely bounces off something. I don't know if it bounces off of Eberle himself and in the net. We're going to get a look at the replay right here. It either goes off Strachey or Eberle in front of the net. There's no Irish jersey there.
No,
it's just off of there's no screen. Strachey actually provides the screen, if anything.
So out of the center face-off, it's sent down once again into the Irish offensive zone. But now the Buckeyes bringing it back up the ice, across the blue line into their offensive zone. There's a fight for the puck in front of the Ohio State bench. And now we'll have a stoppage of play once again.
It just seems like it's clicking tonight for Notre Dame. The pucks that have not been going in the net for literally months are going in tonight.
Yeah.
Danny Nelson's the guy. We talked about him last night that, he hadn't scored in a while, since December 6th against Wisconsin. He was riding 6-game goalless drought coming into this one. It's big for him to get back on track. He's biggest leader on this team, arguably.
We talked a lot last night about pucks. It was a broken record. Pucks just missing the net. They're getting lucky. They're in some senses, but they're putting them on the net tonight for sure.
There it is.
Once again in the offensive zone, and they score! Just like that once again. Incredible from the Irish.
Well, guys, that's Maddox Fleming's first goal since January 19th, 2024.
Oh, boy, Ryan. Oh, boy.
And you think he feels good again about getting the monkey off his back?
Maybe, just maybe. Wow.
I mean, in the blink of
that's
an eye.
textbook, too. Dumps it right there. He's on the doorstep. No way he doesn't tuck that one in.
I talked about getting the depth scoring. They've got it here tonight. And, man, I made a list before this series started of all the players that haven't scored for Notre Dame in over 5 games, essentially. And almost all of them have scored in this series at some point. It's 5-1.
Just incredible stuff from the Irish, really. Now Kerr with the puck over to Ali. Irish in their defensive zone, but Ali clears it. So now the Buckeyes will take control of the puck in their defensive zone. It's now 5-1 in favor of the Irish. 9 minutes to go here as Montez's wrist shot is caught by Nick Kempf.
First point of his Notre Dame career for Will Bell as well.
Oh,
Freshman
wow.
gotten a secondary assist on Fleming's goal, so all the droughts are snapping, guys.
Good for him.
Definitely a much better showing so far tonight for the Irish compared to last night.
Maybe not the best, I made mention of luck. There was zero luck involved in that goal. That was pure hockey. That was pure skill. Great job by the Irish to put it up 5-1 over the Buckeyes.
You need a little luck too, Brendan.
Well, always.
Sometimes you do need a little luck.
This team hasn't had any of it.
It's true.
Puck into Notre Dame's defensive zone. Buckeyes have control of it. Never mind. It's Cole Brown now with the puck over to Jursev. Jursev down center ice. He swings it over to Mazzotti, but Mazzotti lost it, so the Buckeyes regain control. They'll bring it up the left side of the ice. Buckeyes. Shot is just off the mark, and Kemp took control of it, and a little bit of extracurriculars. Looked like a Buckeye player took a swing at Kemp with his stick.
So Hong was coming down. It was loose. And then he hit Kemp's hands, and Kemp showed him that he didn't like it. Gave him a little love tap with the big twig, and then 2 Notre Dame players were right there to sandwich Hong.
Hong was kind of fighting back a little bit, and the Notre Dame skaters did not take kindly to that.
No.
So now Femus and Carabella will take the face-off. Scratch that. It'll be Weiss and Femus now on the far side in Notre Dame's defensive zone. Our left. Just a reminder, Notre Dame going left to right, Ohio State right to left in this second period. Femus with it. His pass is going to be deflected off the leg of the Ohio State man. Shot from Ohio State.
What a save.
Is going to be saved by Nick Kemp. It was Davis Burnside who looked like he had a pretty good chance, but a great save from Nick Kemp. Another long-range shot from the Buckeyes is off the mark, that time Ethan Strachey. So now Oliver tried to swing it over to Femus, but it was an errant pass. Femus regains control regardless, now fighting for it down in Notre Dame's offensive zone. Puck is swung around the boards. Mastro Domenico just missed it. Now there's a little bit of a fight for it. Femus takes control on the near side in the corner. Femus inside to Slaggert. Slaggert back to the corner. He'll go back and around the net. Looked like he lost the puck for just a second. Regains control, loses it once again. Now Ohio State's got it. They swing it around the boards, and they're bringing it up the left side. No, they lost it. Notre Dame regains control. Mastro Domenico over to Femus. Femus around the back of the net. Tried to get a wraparound, unable to do so. Eberle covers it up. We'll have a quick stoppage of play. And it looks like maybe some extracurriculars there. Ohio State didn't like it. Something must have been said to Eberle there. Brendan, what'd you say? I see you got a little smirk on your face.
Well, Oliver just stands by the crease. A bit too long for the Ohio State skaters. And then I love this about Carter Slaggert. He sees that National Oliver is getting, a little bit of extracurriculars, as you mentioned, and he comes flying to the crease. The referee caught him, though. He skates right in front and stared right at Slaggert with a smirk on his face, and he was like, no more of that.
I think Carter Slaggert may be going home to watch some UFC tonight, but that's just my suspicion. Regardless, out of the face-off, the Buckeyes will take possession. The quick shot is off the mark by Lewis. It was blocked by Kempf. So now Bell tries to clear it, but unable to do so. And a big hit by the Irish. Wow.
Abel just gets flattened in open ice.
Janovic decked him, and the crowd was loving it. Now the Irish in their O-zone. Janovic tried to swing it around the boards, but Ohio State takes control of the puck. Dunlap now bringing it up the near side of the ice for the Buckeyes. 3-on-3. Buckeyes with it still. and it's right in front of Kemp. Lost it, though. Buckeyes unable to get a good shot off. Lewis fighting with Kerr for it, and the Irish wound up with control. And 2 Irish players. Janovic collided with Kumlin there, but regardless, the Irish maintain possession. Janovic will clear it, send it around the boards as the Irish make a change. Now Thompson with it for the Buckeyes on the near side in the neutral zone. Tries to swing it over. Centering pass was intercepted by Brennan Ali. But Ali loses it. It was poked away by the Ohio State man. Ohio State now with it in their defensive zone. Thompson almost had it in the neutral zone, but he loses it. Jursev knocked it away. And seems like the puck's just going all over the place now. Irish with another chance here. And they're unable to convert there. They had a pretty good chance. Ali was one-on-one with Everly, but Everly's going to cover it up and make the save for the Buckeyes, and we will go to a media timeout. Well, Notre Dame now leading 5-1, out shooting the Buckeyes 22-14. 5 minutes, 53 seconds left to play in period number 2. We'll take a quick break here on WVFI. Stay with us. You're listening to the voice of the Fighting Irish. Welcome back to Compton Family Ice Arena, where the Irish are about to take a face-off in the far face-off circle of their offensive zone. Looks like it'll be Mazzotti taking it for the Irish against Thompson for the Buckeyes, the associate. Thompson going to go over and have a quick word with one of his buddies. Looks like a bit of a delay here. I don't know what's going on here. Looks like the refs were waiting for something. But now we'll get the face-off. Mazzotti and Thompson. Looks like Thompson got the better of it, but Mastro Domenico takes control for the Irish. He keeps it in the offensive zone before it's sent around the boards by Henry Nelson. Brown tries to send it around the boards, but Ohio State deflected it. But Mastro Domenico regains control, sends it inside, and the Irish had a brief chance, but it is slipped away, and a big hit by Mazzotti, and the Buckeyes don't like that one. Looks like we're going to have a penalty here on Sutter Mazzotti.
Sutter Mazzotti's going to pay one more time. He's going to spend some time in the box, 2 minutes. Not sure quite exactly what specifically they're going to get him with.
Maybe a cross-check.
Maybe, but
maybe
it was
a board, but it didn't look
illegal hit of some sort.
Yeah.
And we're probably gonna review it.
Maybe.
Yeah. We got...
No, we're not going to review it.
Oh, no,
It'll be
no
a
review.
2-minute minor for boarding on Sutter Mazzotti, as both sides will make changes of their own.
Hallelujah. We're not going to extend the game time any longer than it needs to be.
So it'll be the third power play for the Buckeyes. They've converted on 1 of 3 so far tonight. Out of the faceoff, Thompson's got it. He swings it over to the captain, Davis Burnside. Burnside in the faceoff circle. He'll swing it over to Jake Carabella. Carabella swings it over to Sabo. Back to Carabella. Tried to send it in to Burnside, but unable to do so. It was deflected by Carter Slaggert. Carabella lost it now. Jimmy Jursev giving chase. Thompson now with it, but he slips down, and the Irish tried to take control, but Jaden Kerr was unable to do so. Sabo once again with it. Caron slap shot is off the mark. It was wide left. Caron gets the puck back, though. Over to Thompson. Thompson's got it. Maybe looking for the wraparound here. No, over to Caron. Caron to Sabo. Back to Caron. Over to Carabella, whose slap shot is also off the mark, but Caron keeps possession for the Buckeyes. They're definitely threatening here. Karan over to Sabo at the Big Ten logo. Sabo over to Burnside, who goes down, and the shot from Carabella is off the mark. It was deflected off the skate of Jimmy Jursev, and now Danny Nelson will send it down the ice for the Irish as both sides will make changes. A great defensive stand there by the Irish.
100%.
The Buckeyes got quite a few solid shots off, but unable to capitalize, and it stays 5-1 in favor of Notre Dame. But the Buckeyes coming back down the ice now. They lost the puck, though. Cole Knubel's got it, and he'll send it down around the Buckeye boards. Ohio State bringing it up the near side of the ice now. Smith, guarded closely by 3 Notre Dame defenders, and the puck will go out of play. Wow. Great defense there from Notre Dame. 23 seconds left now in the power play. Seems like it flew by. Most of it Ohio State was threatening, shot after shot after shot, but just unable to get anything in.
Yeah, good. Been very textbook fundamental penalty kill here for the Irish. They've had, lots of. They're going to see lots of shots. That's expected, but they're doing well at holding it down, staying towards the middle, and helping Kempf out as much as possible.
Femus will face off with Smith, it looks like. Sorry, that was Gordon. Face off won by Femus, but Ohio State takes control. The associate Isley now behind the Notre Dame net. Gordon, he's got it over to Smith, back to Gordon. And his shot is going to be deflected by Nick Kempf. Now Isley fighting for it with Knubel. Power play ends. Notre Dame's got the penalty kill officially. Strachey shoots. And again, more threatening from Ohio State, but just not able to quite put it away. Another shot, this time from Gordon, and Kempf covers it up. And a great 2 minutes and some change of defense from the Irish as both sides will make changes.
Special teams tonight for Notre Dame have been really, really good.
Yes.
They're 2 for 2 on the power play. They're now 3 for 4, 3 for 5 on the penalty kill. That's something that was not as good the last 3 games that needed to be improved upon, and Brock Sheehan talked about it last night, and they have.
So out of the face-off, Notre Dame tried to send it around the boards, and they do. Cole Brown with it near the Ohio State bench, swings it over to Jursev, who takes it into the O-zone, and he shoots, and it's going to be covered up by Eberle. Looked like he might have had a brief chance there, but nothing comes of it. We'll have a face-off for Notre Dame in their offensive zone.
Yeah, Eberle kind of palmed it with the glove. It bounced in right out, so way to stay with it. That was good focus of him to get it covered up on the ice. Because Irish skater had lots of speed coming downtown.
Face-off won by Mazzotti, who gets it into the center. Looked like Brown might have had a brief chance, but he loses it. He sends it around the boards. And it was just in front of Eberle for a moment, but Ohio State keeps possession. They'll bring it up the ice now. And that centering pass from Dunlap was deflected, but Ohio State keeps possession. Shot is off the mark once again for the Buckeyes. Got to be getting frustrating at this point. It was Deckett on that one. Buckeyes still in the O-zone, though. Fighting for the puck. Deckett, once again, his pass is off the mark. He was looking for Dunlap. Dunlap shoots from the Big Ten logo, but it's going to be deflected before it can even get to Kempf. So now Notre Dame once again with it. Warner over to Brown, but Brown loses it. The pass was deflected from Warner. Now McBrayer had it for a moment, lost it. Now Kerr fighting for it. Warner now, and it's going to be bounced around a little bit before Ohio State regains possession. Chris Romaine with it. Carabella loses it. It's going to be sent back toward the Irish net. Kempf will try and swing it around. Carabella got control of it, though. McGinley shoots, and his shot is high and out of play.
That one might have been deflected high, but Ohio State, we've kind of flipped the script from last night to tonight. Last night with Notre Dame, we were talking about how many shots missed the net. Ohio State hasn't hit the net in the past couple shots at all.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot throughout the first couple periods here where they're not even giving themselves a chance.
So Danny Nelson will win the faceoff with Carabella. Now Kumlin bringing it up the near side of the ice. He'll swing it over to Knubel, who sends it down and around the boards. Eberle behind his own net. Ohio State with it now. Carabella briefly lost it, but Ohio State regains control. Still in their defensive zone, though. Ohio State, far side. Notre Dame will regain possession. Danny Nelson with it. His pass was intended for Ali, lost it, but Ali regains control of the puck. He'll send it down and around the Buckeye net. Eberle swung it out to one of his guys. So now the Buckeyes once again trying to get on the offensive, but just really unable to get anything substantial going, as they had a chance briefly, but Carabella lost his footing, and Henry Nelson now fighting for the puck. Buckeyes retain control. Strachey fighting for it. Ali gains possession on the near side. Ali fighting for it with Karan. Carabella gains control. His shot is high once again and out of play with 56 seconds here in the second period left to play.
You know, guys, it's not like I think you have to question the decision to start Christopher Eberle a little bit tonight if you're Ohio State.
Yes.
Like, it's not like he's been bad tonight, you know, but he also hasn't delivered the big save, which I didn't think Hillebrandt delivered some big saves last night. I didn't think Notre Dame challenged him as much as they've challenged Eberle tonight.
Right.
But it's still, like, you would think you just keep riding the hand that wins you games a little bit if you're Ohio State struggling to win those games. So maybe a case of overthinking this one.
You would think so. But regardless, Irish won the faceoff, sent it down to the offensive zone. They went back down into their defensive zone. Michael Mastrodomenico lost his stick. Irish fans wanted some sort of call, and the shot is off the mark.
I know we're not supposed to be necessarily Irish fans up here, guys, but what I just saw happen to Mastrodomenico right in front of my face, Ohio State, I forget who it was, Ohio State player, hand comes off the stick, catches Mastrodomenico's helmet and spins him around, and he goes flying down. It's unfortunate that all the refs in the area were puck watching, but
yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone really caught it. I'm glad you caught it, Brendan, because Brock Sheehan on the bench as Mastrodomenico was going back, he yelled at him, what happened? And Michael kind of demonstrated, pulled his stick up by his neck and went like this in kind of a sliding motion.
Also something to note, guys.
Very, very dangerous.
Looks like Max Montez may be a little shaken up there. He's getting checked out by the trainer on the Ohio State bench. So now, after the face-off, Notre Dame with it in the offensive zone, trying to retain control down in the far corner. Buckeyes get control of the puck. They'll try to send it up the ice. And it was deflected. No, it was not. Looks like we're going to have icing called against the Buckeyes, as some words exchanged between Jimmy Jursev and Adam Isley.
An update here from across the parking lot with 9:47 left in the first. Notre Dame trailing Boston College 21-10 in men's basketball, and what might be a must-win for Micah Shrewsbury's career. I don't know if that's
absolutely
an overstatement.
I wouldn't say it
certainly
is.
For his current tenure at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
The Irish had a brief chance there, but it was covered up quickly by Eberle. Danny Nelson was right there.
Kind of the perfect angle off the backboards there, Ethan. It came right to the corner between Eberle's foot and the goal post. Nothing comes of it, though. Eberle, with good focus, paid attention to it.
Best analogy I can think of there is, you get a fumble in football and it just bounces right to one of the offensive linemen running downfield,
Yep.
Face-off will be in the near offensive circle for Notre Dame. It's won by Ohio State, though. And that'll bring us to the end of period number 2. A red-hot second period, outstanding from the Irish. They lead 5-1, still out shooting the Buckeyes 24-17, who were threatening quite a few times during that period, but unable to capitalize whatsoever. A lot of their shots off the mark. Guys, what'd you see from Notre Dame that period that they did well?
I mean, red hot, like you said, Ethan. Just everything, all operations were go for Notre Dame there. The passing was good. The speed was good. They were taking good shots. They were hitting the net, and they went in, Realistically, we were talking at the break. It was hard for me to remember that there's still 20 minutes left in this hockey game.
Yeah.
It better not be hard to remember for Notre Dame and Coach Sheehan, because there is 20 minutes left in this hockey game. and he needs to hold this lead if he wants his first Big Ten win as coach of the Irish.
Yeah, Brennan, I think one piece of that really resonated with me. They went in.
Yeah.
Notre Dame finally finished. They've been getting chances for a long, long time now, and they're finally starting to go in. And boy, what a relief that is.
So we head to the second intermission. Notre Dame, again, leading 5-1. We'll take a break here on WVFI. Ryan Murphy will take us home on play-by-play for the third period, the man himself. But for now, we'll take a quick break. We'll be back in about 10 to 12 minutes or so. You're listening to the voice of the Fighting Irish. Stay with us from Compton Family Ice Arena.
Welcome back to Compton Family Ice Arena, everybody. Teams switch sides, and we are ready to go here for the third period. Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Fighting Irish leading the Ohio State Buckeyes by a score of 5-1, if you can believe it, here headed to the third. Irish finally break through, guys. It was really a sigh of relief in that second period to see Notre Dame find the back of the net 4 times.
Yeah, this looks really good for Notre Dame. I mean, they were like, as I mentioned before we went to break, all systems go for the Irish skaters at least, and Kemp was doing a good job on the power play, holding it down. So Irish look really good right now. This is definitely looking like their first Big Ten win of the season.
Yeah, they've just looked incredible. Second period was, a landslide for the Irish. It seemed like nothing they did was really going wrong. Even when Ohio State appeared to be in control, they just couldn't make anything significant happen with the puck.
Mato scored his second in as many nights. Center Mazzotti gets a goal. Danny Nelson gets a goal, first in the new year. And Maddox Fleming scores his first goal in over a year. Irish will skate from right to left across your radio. Ohio State from left to right as we're underway for the third period. Cole Brown skating it through neutral territory. Evan Werner now pushes the puck in on the right side. He goes into the corner for it. William Smith taking him into the wall. The puck loose behind the cage now. It'll come out this way for Brown on the near half wall. Brown leaves it back for Werner in that same spot. Evans spinning and turning. Smith all over him. Takes him down to the ice. Brown in back of the goal for Mazzotti. He's got some room in the far corner. The big man up to the half wall, looking around. Now out at the point. Back into the half wall for Master Domenico. He's taken off the puck there by Karan. And it's up to the line, but not out. Master Domenico, I think he has it stuck in his equipment. And then Karan actually takes him to the ice in front of the scorer's table after the whistles had blown, and I think we are going to get some penalties here.
Yeah, that got ugly quick, Ryan. I mean, Master Domenico goes to the floor. I think the puck was stuck in his equipment. And Karan I guess he just really wanted it.
Yeah.
Seems like an
taking his lunch money.
Unnecessary frustration penalty.
Just really took it out on Master Domenico there. Just earning himself a trip to the box. Nothing else to gain from that play.
So Notre Dame goes back to the power play, a power play that has been excellent tonight, where they've struggled the last 3 games. They're 2 for 3 on the power play. And it has been this top unit of Cole Knuble, Danny Nelson, Sutter Mazzotti, Axel Kumlin, and Evan Werner that's been really good. Nelson scored on the power play in the second period. Evan Werner scored on the power play in the first. A draw to the left of Eberle, and the Irish control it. Kumlin touches it back into the corner. He is one of the switches in the lineup for Notre Dame, actually. I believe it was Henry Nelson on the top power play unit last night. Notre Dame made that change to put Kumlin on the unit tonight. Axel's just giving the puck away in his own zone. Max Montes with a good forecheck turns it over, and Hong has it at center ice. And he'll wrist it back into the Irish end. So a good start to this penalty kill for Ohio State. 90 seconds left to go with the Karan minor. Kumlin drops a slingshot pass off, and Danny Nelson carries it through center. Now for Cole Knuble, right side zone entry below the right-hand circle. Stops in the corner. Now back up the wall for Werner. Far side of the ice, Evan Werner stick handling now for Axel Kumlin, top of the key. Mazzotti this way. Now behind the goal for Knuble. Walks into the corner, above the goal line to the half wall now. Up top for Kumlin again. Touches it off right side. Werner on the right point. Comes to the middle of the rink at the circle. A one-timer by Nelson. Rides up a stick. And out of play.
Yeah, once again looking like a hot start for the Irish here in the final period of play. I mean, it's hard not to like what the Irish have done all night and clearly trying to carry that momentum into this final period. Brendan, you were saying?
Yeah, without a doubt, Ethan, and a really patient play here on the power play, which I think is smart in the third period. Up by 4, you don't really need to start sending pucks flying every chance you get.
Just announced the attendance in the building, 5,087, a second consecutive sellout here. Puck comes up to the line off the face-off, but not out. Good keep by Henry Nelson on the zone clearance by Ohio State. Now Burnside finds it, and he puts it out of play off his off the bench there. Notre Dame hasn't won at home since October, guys, and
Wow.
A fair number of the students have trickled out here to get their Saturday night started, but those that'll stick around will get to see something that we've been waiting on for a long time.
Oh, yeah, big time.
For sure.
You think the scheduling of 2 hours early at 5 o'clock would have helped that, but no.
Maybe they
Nights
went
are
for a bunch
starting earlier and earlier nowadays.
Off the face-off, Pano Femus
Some
on the
people
goal line.
it's not
Ali
even
at the
good.
face-off circle, a one-timer, and he missed the goal wide.
Good shot there from Ali. He just sends it wide.
Ohio State clears the zone. 20 seconds left to go in the minor penalty here to Karan. Zone entry for the Irish is a little bit broken. Ohio State got a stick on it, and they'll backhand it out of the zone. Master Domenico gloves it down, drops it off for Femus, who skates back at his own end. Pano's been having a breakout weekend here for the Irish. With 2 goals, Henry Nelson was it back in behind the cage. Brown tried to play it, broken up by McGinley behind the goal. Ali working to get it back for the Irish. He can't. Sam Deckhut, the Salisbury product. They'll just dribble this one out to center. Irish try to turn it back on the red line. Can't. And Carabella will take it 1-on-2 into the zone. Nice poke check there by Femus. The forward playing defense there. And Ali will take the puck and just backhand it down. The beneficiary of Femus' efforts. Uh-oh. Turnover for Ohio State trying to clear the zone. Karan had just gotten out of the box and lost the puck in his skates. Irish battling for it back in the offensive zone, but it's ultimately cleared there by Thompson. There's Riley Thompson on the puck now into the offensive zone. Comes down the left side. 16:32 on the clock. 5-1 Irish leading this series closing game with the Ohio State Buckeyes. Abel takes the puck back on defense in his own zone. D-to-D pass. Left side, Sabo. Back for Abel up the right side they go. Lewis can't tap it into the zone. Irish chop it up to the Ohio State blue line. Sabo stick handling with it there. Plays it ahead of the left wing, but Montez has to battle for it back. It's all stuck in front of the scorer's table now. Ohio State gets it free. Abel now into the middle of the rink, and they'll get going. Lewis off for Gordon. All tied up by Knuble coming through center ice. Knuble just shears the puck to the wall there. It's loose in the Irish corner, and Cole finds it to skate it away. There's Cole Knuble across the monogram. Into the zone on the right side. Finds Nelson on the half wall, who chops it in back of the goal. Evan Werner out there on the left wing with these two. Puck will just come on out. Back to neutral territory. Irish are right back in, though. It's Kumlin. Puck is loose in the corner there. Knuble went crashing in for it. Kumlin ended up pursuing it, though, and tapped it all the way back around the wall. Joseph pinches down that left side. Ohio State will find it. It'll skate it away. Here's Ryan Gordon. Gets to the red line and out. See if Ohio State can build any sort of momentum here. It's not like you have tomorrow night to play for. This is the last game of the series as the Irish backhanded in back of Eberle. Brown picks it up, drops it off. Master Domenico, a blast, and a good save made by Christopher Eberle for a stoppage here with 15:03 on the clock. 5-1 Notre Dame. Ohio State's got a lot of time, but this is going to be a steep one for them to climb out of.
Yeah, a lot of time left for the Buckeyes, but also they've gotten themselves in quite the deep hole. I don't know if I see it. I mean, obviously, anything can happen. Notre Dame's shown that, they can give up some goals when the time comes, as bad as that may sound. It's happened. So we'll see what they got in the last 15 minutes here, but I'm thinking they got this one looking good, especially with the momentum they've kept.
Ali's shot off the draw just goes up and out of play. I agree with you. It's one of those things where it's like, for the Buckeyes here, what do you play for? In theory, you should know in your head that this is a vulnerable Notre Dame team. Maybe we score one, and who knows? But at the same time, this is a vulnerable Ohio State team. They've been soundly beaten through the first 45 minutes of this hockey game. Puck in neutral territory here. Brennan Ali skating and shoots it in. McGinley goes in back of his own cage for it, plays it around, chopped out by Hong and out. It'll go all the way down the ice here. Should be icing, and it will be. I'll give you a look here at the out-of-town scoreboard. I already told you that things aren't well over at Purcell Pavilion across the parking lot. Halftime, Boston College 35, Notre Dame 24.
Just bad, Ryan.
Not good for Micah Shrewsbury's crew. Elsewhere in college hockey, Michigan State's just taken the lead at home against Minnesota in the first period.
Yep.
Cornell and Harvard are scoreless after one. Cornell with a big win over Dartmouth last night. Underway here, the shot from the flank by Mackey takes a deflection in on goal, and Eberle covers it up. And Maine up 2-0 on UMass Lowell. There are a couple games just getting underway now. This was a 5 o'clock start here at Compton, so it's really early. So much of the action tonight in college hockey still to come. Fourth line's out there for this face-off to the left of Christopher Eberle. 14:28 on the clock. 5-1 Irish over the Buckeyes. Shots 25-17 in favor of the Irish as well. Puck's finally going in the net for this snake-bitten Notre Dame team. I don't know if I've ever seen a team as snake-bitten as these guys for most of the season. Ohio State gets the puck into the Irish end off the defensive zone draw here. It kicks free off the far wall. Jovanovic will find it, and he'll just shoot it out. Abel back on defense. Plays it up the right side for Deckhut. Little backhander in the middle of the rink with the head of Dunlap. And it's bounced off the glass by the Irish and out. Will Bell giving chase. He forces a turnover. Here comes Fleming following through. Fleming at the bottom of the face-off circle. Turning, goes right to the front. Cross seam pass. Nice stop by Eberle. The puck is right in behind him. I don't know what that went off of. Eberle lost track of it. Looked like it beat him. I don't know if it hit the post or a stick, or Eberle, in fact, got it. But Notre Dame's fourth line nearly cashing in for their second goal of the night.
Yeah, that definitely should have been 6-1 there, Murph. It was just floating there.
I was as confused as you.
Line.
I was as confused as you guys. All of a sudden, the puck appears in blue ice, and it's like, whoa.
Icing called against the Fighting Irish here. Maddox Fleming, though, did a nice job to set that up. He turned away from a checker on the goal line and made a move right to the front of the net. A nice pass across the crease. Icing will bring this face-off all the way back down into the Irish end. 13:23 on the clock. Thanks for spending some of your Saturday evening with us. Much more positive news to report here from Compton Family Ice Arena for the three of us tonight. Thompson in the middle touches it off, and McBrayer will lead the attack. Shot comes through, and a blocker save here by Kempf off of Burnside, who's been a bit quieter tonight. The whole top line really has been more quiet tonight for the Buckeyes as Carter Slaggert carries into the offensive zone, trying to cross-seam pass, went off a stick and up off the glass here on the near side. Henry Nelson tried chopping it down into the corner, but it takes a deflection and goes up and into the stands for a stoppage. 12:49 on the clock, and we're going to take a quick break here from Compton. Things well in hand. It's Notre Dame 5, Buckeyes 1. You're listening to Fighting Irish Hockey on the voice of the Fighting Irish, WVFI. Welcome back. 12:49 left to go here in the third. Ryan Murphy, Ethan Laslo, Brendan Mato. It's 5-1 Irish, guys. And what's left of the remaining crowd here in much better spirits than last night.
Certainly.
Panofemus digs in for this offensive zone draw to the right of Christopher Eberle. They'll do it again, him and Ryan Gordon. If you're just joining us, it was a big second period for the Irish. They led 1-0 after one and exploded for a 4-goal middle frame to take control of this one. They've gotten scoring from the Stars. They've gotten scoring from some depth players on the line charts. Well-rounded game here tonight. Ohio State in the offensive zone. They got a man going to the net. Tipped right on by Lewis, and a save made. Ryan Gordon got it to him from the point. And I just don't think he got enough of that bouncing pass. Irish find the puck and clear it all the way down. Eberle starts the attack. Gordon from Smith. Gordon for Lewis on the left side. Trying to get the pass back to him, but it was cut off there by Kerr on the far side. Still loose up at the blue line. Ohio State pushes it down deep in the Notre Dame end, but they don't forecheck. Going to start a change here. Irish with time to come out. Drew Mackey. Kerr on the right side, and then Dashiell Oliver as that puck deflected into the zone. 11:50 on the clock, and coming out is Strachey. Touched off by Hong, and Isley spins down on the goal line. He stops, trying to set something up here. Romaine pinching down that right side. Ohio State going to work on the cycle here. It's pent up in the corner now. Irish will dig it free, and Kuhlman has some space on the right side, bangs it off the boards, and away goes Cole Knuble. Knuble for Nelson, stopping on the half wall, back to the middle of the ice for Knuble, but the pass missed the mark. Buckeyes go the other way with numbers. Carabella on the right side, 3-on-2. Carabella stops at the circle, trying to find the trailer, and he fanned on the pass. It's all broken up by the Irish, and the other way, here comes Knuble. Cole's got a break, right in on goal, stopped by Eberle. Eberle got him with the glove. Knuble was kind of coming left to right across the crease towards Eberle's glove side. He didn't really have much of a choice to go back to the stick side, and now the Buckeyes have iced the puck.
Yeah, definitely a solid chance there for Cole Knuble, but great save made by Eberle. You got to give him credit for that one. One-on-one scenario, he just gets the glove on it. Cole Knuble did everything he could there. Just a good play.
Yeah, Knuble just maybe a little behind him. He didn't have, I wouldn't call it 100% control of that one. He's only really able to chip it up. Still just right in front of Eberle, in front of his chest, so.
Nelson's shot from the line gets deflected into the corner. Buckeyes again have iced it. So 10:50 left to go. Irish are up 5-1 here over Ohio State. And you thought coming into this weekend that they really needed one. Guys, 15 of their first 22 games or something like that against top 15 teams in the country. You enter this stretch where Ohio State's outside the top 25. Bowling Green's outside the top 25. They'll play Wisconsin 3 weeks from now. And then they'll have Minnesota, who's outside the top 25. That's 6 of 8 opponents outside the top cut of teams in college hockey.
That Bowling Green series interests me. Bowling Green, obviously not a top 20 team, but they've had some success this year, albeit against some smaller school competition.
Bowling Green came into the weekend, forget what their ranking was in the NPI. I've got it here somewhere, but they were 27th, so not far outside that top 25 in the NPI. But this is the time for Notre Dame to start picking up those wins. We'll get your thoughts on the upcoming schedule here in a minute. We play on in the offensive zone here for the Irish. Cole Brown pressing it behind the net, but it's taken away from him by Deckhut. Up to the line, Mackey stepped to keep it in, but Burnside finds it. And Sabo will skate it out of the zone. Turned it over in neutral territory. Here comes Warner. Could be a 2-on-1. Evan coming off the wall. Gets it to the middle of the ice. Brown a shot. Save. Rebound came off the pad on the left side. And Fleming couldn't knock it home. Thompson for Karan. And the Buckeyes skate it to safety now. Into the offensive zone. Karan keeps his wheels going. Tried a short side shot. The side post was stopped. Now Thompson on the wraparound. Knocked away from him by Bell at the side of the goal. Bell goes over to the half wall, battling for it. Ohio State finds it. Thompson couldn't center it, and the puck goes off a stick and out of play. That 2-on-1 early just never really developed for the Irish. And we get a stoppage.
Yeah, but, we were talking about the schedule. Notre Dame kind of front-loaded that with top 25 teams, but the Big Ten's not giving them any breaks either. They're having a bit of a less tough stretch. Ohio State, Minnesota, outside of the top 25 teams, but they still got to play Michigan State again. They got to take a trip to East Lansing. No, excuse me.
Yeah,
no,
you're right.
They got to take a trip to East Lansing. They still have to play the Wolverines again, and they'll see Ohio State, who is, can beat them at the end of the season, as we've seen.
I'll tell you what, though. With how Notre Dame has played tonight, if they can keep this going forward, I think it may be a much better second half of this season.
Yeah.
I'm inclined to agree. It feels like Penn State, Ohio State, Minnesota, Bowling Green. That's 4 weekends out of, maybe 5 or 6. It's very beatable. Michigan State, Ohio State beat them just 2 weekends ago. Back underway here. Long stretch pass finds Jovanovic stepping into the zone on the right side. Tried the seam pass into the middle for Fleming coming through. Couldn't connect. And the other way, here comes Montez. Couldn't gain the Irish line on the far side. Bell turns it back for Fleming. Who will skate a circle and dump it in. Irish are changing here. 8.5 on the clock. And it's a 4-goal lead for Notre Dame. Touched all the way down by Carabella. Master Domenico goes behind his own cage. Look out, he's stripped of it. And then I'm not really sure what Hong was thinking at the face-off circle there. He had a clean shot on Kempf and he's kind of like tossed it into the corner. Puck back out neutral territory right now. Skating with it here is Isley for Hong. Ohio State comes into the zone. Shot came through. Good tip going to the net there by Isley. And a good save by Kempf. He hasn't had to be busy here in the third period. But he's done the job.
I misspoke earlier. They were done with the Michigan Wolverines. I had my W's messed up. They got to take a trip to Madison, Wisconsin, though.
That's the team I was missing in my
also head. Highly ranked in the top 25 and in the Big Ten.
Tell you what, though, again, I know I'm being the optimist for once, rare for me, but they are, frankly, I know last night was a rough game, but they've dominated Ohio State tonight, who has shown that they could take down the Michigan States and Wisconsins of the world.
Right. Yeah, and Notre Dame has come very close against almost every team in the Big Ten. We're back underway here. Neutral territory. Knubel finds the puck. Seems to be, if they get the sort of breaks, the finishing that they got tonight, maybe they could pull off a few more wins going down the stretch here for the final month or so of the season. Puckins below the goal line in the Ohio State end. Knubel digs it free, comes up to the half hole, walking right to the middle of the ice, lost it, but Kuhlman holds it in. Axel marches down that right side and dribbles one across the top of the paint into the near corner here. Mazzotti now back of the goal. Wrap around tries. Knocked down from behind, and the puck again goes through the blue paint and out the other side. Wise finds the puck on the wall and skates himself to some room and shoots it out. Follows through on the play on the neutral zone and dumps it in. No icing on the play. Axel Kuhlman goes back for it for Notre Dame. Pass for Werner on the right side. He taps it ahead for Mazzotti, but couldn't find it in his skates. Cut off on the wall here by Brown. Sent to the front of the net. Mazzotti, a tip right there. And he's tripped to the side of the goal by the goaltender Eberle. And we're going to get a penalty here to Ohio State after Sutter went chasing the puck in behind the net. And I think his really sort of accidental Eberle's stick just kind of got tied up in the skates of Mazzotti. I guess it wasn't his stick. It was, they're going to say it was McGinley's, but the stick came out of the hands of Eberle. I thought it was his.
Yeah, I'm interested to see this replay, how this turns out.
Yeah.
Eberle's stick needed to be retrieved.
I don't know if we're going to get a replay on it, but we will take a quick break here in the home stretch with 6.5 minutes to go. It's Notre Dame 5 and Ohio State 1. You're listening to Fighting Irish Hockey on the voice of the Fighting Irish, WVFI. Welcome back to Compton Family Ice Arena. Ryan Murphy, Ethan Laslo, Brendan Mato here for the home stretch of this one. Irish 5 and Ohio State 1, and Notre Dame going to the power play here. They win the face-off in the offensive zone to the left of Eberle. Werner has it out high at the right point now. Stick handling, looking around to set things up. Kuhlman left point. Walks to the middle of the ice, switches spots with Warner. Nelson crossed the ice for Knubel, bottom of the near circle, and it went off his foot. Puck battle in the corner. Burnside turned it over. Mazzotti looking around for Nelson, top of the far circle. Kumlin near circle. Off for Warner on the near half wall. Up to the point area now, skating towards the middle of the ice. Evan waits, stick handles, waits, shoots wide off the wall. Knubel missed it. Mazzotti shoots and scores! Southern Mazzotti's second of the game. 6-1 Irish.
That's great stuff from the Irish. That makes them 75% on the power plays tonight, 3 of 4, really capitalizing on the Buckeyes' mistakes. Brendan, I don't know about you, but I mean that's just beautiful stuff.
It's looking like the top 7, top 5, whatever it is, power play in the nation anymore. Like it's back. Last night didn't look so. Tonight it's definitely been firing really well for Notre Dame. It's got them up 6-1 against the Bucks.
6 minutes left and 6 goals on the board for the Irish. That's their third power play goal of the game. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. It's a big number for the Irish to respond to 3 games where they've really struggled in it. It's all come from that top unit.
Yeah, just great stuff all around from the Irish tonight. Offensively, defensively, they've been outstanding, especially compared to last night.
Well, the extra Michael Skirmerhorn is in. Voice crack, nice.
It's that time of the game.
It is. It's
really
late.
is.
We won't fault you because, I mean, that is a mouthful of a name as well.
Michael Skirmerhorn played in the North American Hockey League for coming to Notre Dame. I think it's the first shift we've seen him get this weekend. Certainly the first face-off he's taken.
100%.
He dumps the puck in here on the left side. Nice to see him get into the contest. Isley skating up the left side. Mackey pushes him back on the far side. There's Isley again in front of the Notre Dame bench. Cross corner dump. Carabella goes in after it. Mackey was there with him behind the net. Hong tripped up behind the goal here by Jovanovic, and a penalty upcoming to the Irish. Hopefully this one doesn't end in a slow parade to the box to finish the game.
Yeah, Janovic just gets Hong there with his stick behind the net. It's not a pretty easy call there for the officials.
Ohio State back to the power play here. They haven't done as much damage as they did last night when they went 2 for 5. Here's Burnside on top of the right circle, leaving it off for Sabo. Back for Burnside on the half wall. Cross seam pass, connecting. Shot from Caron comes off the wall, and it was deflected by a stick into the corner. I think that was Master Domenico who got it. Carabella for Caron. Caron back to Carabella. One-timer save. Rebound. It was loose. Good job by Master Domenico to find it and clear it all the way down on the back end.
Great save there from Kemp.
Ohio State's been able to open up that cross-seam pass really all weekend. And they certainly burned Notre Dame on it last night. They have it as much tonight. They're back into the zone here. Caron dropped it off for Sabo. Sabo coming down the right side. Caron on the goal line, back top of the key for Carabella. For Caron. Now across. Great save by Kempf. An excellent stop on Davis. Burnside coming left to right. Femus will clear it. Kempf tossed the stick and came across with the blocker to shut down the Ohio State captain. And he's still getting stick taps on the Notre Dame bench. That's the kind of save that Notre Dame needs in close games and not so close games like this one. Mazzotti, beneficiary of an Ohio State turnover. He comes in short-handed in the offensive zone, flings it across the zone for Femus at the left point. Femus skates down the half wall and then safely backhands it into the corner. Smith will take over there. Great kill for the Irish, and they always say your best penalty killer is your goaltender. And he defended this game for being 6-2. Nick Kempf did. And on the right side, here's Gordon. Stops at the bottom of the circle. Out high for Smith. They work it left side. Isley fanned on the one-timer there at the circle. Back to the line. Here's Strachey, right point, down for Gordon on the goal line. For Strachey, Irish back to a 5-on-5 here. Smith getting right out of the box with a nice check there is Jovanovic. Puck is freed up in the corner. Kerr backhands it around. Mackey's loose here on this near side, and he'll flip it out. It's in the skates of Gordon, and it deflects up and out of play into the Ohio State bench. Man, Nick Kempf hasn't had to be busy, guys, but that was a highlight reel stop.
I mean, that was beautiful. It's like you read the mind of the Ohio State captain there. Slides over, tosses the stick, and as you said, Murph gets it with the blocker. That was beautiful, an athletic and acrobatic play.
Yeah, Murph, you're definitely right about him not having to be very busy tonight. Other than maybe 2 or 3 different little spurts during the second period, he really hasn't been all that busy tonight. But when he has been, he's been outstanding.
That was as good of a stop I think I've seen him make this season. And I know it happened in garbage time in this one, 2.5 minutes to go, but it'll only help his confidence going forward because he hasn't really, to this point in his Notre Dame career, stolen a game yet for the Irish. He's been solid, but he hasn't stolen games like I think he might be capable of sometime down the road. He's only a sophomore. He's carried the bulk of the play, starting basically every Notre Dame game that he's been available for. Wasn't available for the 2 games against Western Michigan, away part of the national team development program. All the way down the ice here, Ohio State clears it. Kumlin basically just rips it down the length of the rink in return, and this time called for icing. Minute 52 to go. Notre Dame 6, Buckeyes 1. We've known the way this one is going to go basically since halfway through the game, halfway through the second period. Irish win the defensive zone draw, and Dashiell Oliver skates to the red line, but no further. Coolin ties his man up at the blue line, but the Ohio State Buckeyes get the puck in. All the way around to the near side. Henry Nelson played it up, but not out. It was knocked down by Gordon. Flung it in behind the net for Hong there. He's giving chase in the far corner. Rips the puck away from Kumlin, gets it back to the line. McGinley this away for McBrayer. Dumps it back down in behind the net for Hong. Taken to the wall by Kumlin. Minute 19 to play. 6-1 Irish. Puck is here on the half wall. Freed up by Slaggert. Cleared off the window by Fleming. McBrayer turning in his own end. Now skates up ice for Lewis at the blue line. They're rid of the zone. Chasing the puck down the middle. McBrayer to the net. Saved by Kempf. All tied up on the rebound was Hong. He couldn't cash in. Kempf had lost it. Now Slaggert skates it to safety. And there's a minute to go in the hockey game, and some cheers from the band. It's just a great sigh of relief here in this building. It has not seen a win in a long time. Certainly for a building that's accustomed to winning, as this one is. They opened this building in 2011, and Notre Dame has pretty much seen nothing but success here since, except the last 2 seasons perhaps that have been their worst in about 20 years, frankly. 20 seconds to go, and the Irish playing in the offensive zone. Here's Femus, cross-seam pass into the corner for Kerr, trying to chop it to the front for Brown, but it went off the leg of Deckhut. Wrapped around, but not out. Femus back to the front of the net. Warner couldn't track it down there. It's behind the goal. 6 seconds to go. Evan comes out. They go to the line for Mackey. Along the goal line for Femus. They're just snapping it around. It'll be covered up by Eberle. They'll let the clock run out. And that's all here at Compton Family Ice Arena. The Irish snap a 10-game losing skid and win their first game at home since October with a definitive 6-1 victory over the Ohio State Buckeyes. Final thoughts on this one, guys?
Just an outstanding performance from the Irish. I know I already said it, but in all aspects, offensively, defensively, you know, the offense clearly was on one tonight. Great on the power play, great in 5-on-5 scenarios. I mean, 6-1. We haven't seen a score like that since the St. Lawrence series, quite frankly, when they put up 8 goals. But on defense as well, the only goal Ohio State had was in a 5-on-3 situation. The skaters were great. Nick Kemp was outstanding. Some highlight reel saves. Just great overall from the Irish. Brendan?
Ethan, you really covered it all. You know what? I'm not going to call it a complete 180 from last night. Notre Dame played well here in Compton. I mean, the score, 4-2. They got there was an empty netter in there, bad power play at the end. But you know what? This was, as we've been mentioning all night, all systems go for Notre Dame. Offense, defense, special teams. They really got things going. They were hitting the net. They were shooting well. They were getting inside, getting rebound shots, which is something that they were struggling with last night. But, first Big Ten win for the Irish. It's got to feel good for Brock Sheehan.
Yeah, what a relief for Brock Sheehan and his crew. First career Big Ten win for the first season head coach. The Irish circled up at center ice. They salute the fans with some stick taps, and they will enjoy the rest of their weekend. It's a new season now, you have to think, for this team, or at least that's the mindset going forward. And the Irish beat the Buckeyes 6-1 here on a Saturday night in January. Great to have Ethan Laslo and Brendan Mato along for the call tonight and all series long. Thanks for tuning in with us, and we'll see you next weekend. Not the three of us, but the Bowling Green game on Friday will be here on WVFI Sports. Looking forward to you tuning in. But until then, enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening, and good night from Compton Family Ice Arena.